When I was scrolling on TikTok the other day, I saw a video on my feed that seemed normal. And then I started watching it and I was like, wait a second, this isn't normal. It was a review of a protein bar from a content creator that I had never heard of.
I sell a $5 protein bar.
Of a bar that I hadn't heard of either.
So as you can see, Jacob from the Jacob Bar sent me all 3 of his flavors to give it a try, but this is going to be less of a review and more of a talk on product development, because right off the bat, unfortunately, I'm not a major fan.
Former Fat Guy Fitness was the channel and I liked it, okay? He was reviewing the Jacob Bar, an interesting name for a protein bar. It's a $5 protein bar created by, you guessed it, a guy named Jacob.
Dropped out of school to start the cleanest protein bar company.
Although, he goes by Jake. Short for Jacob, okay? So this fella named Jake has a TikTok channel where he markets his self-named bar.
This is the simplest protein bar you can possibly get.
Pretty cool stuff. And former Fat Guy Fitness, long story short, didn't really like the bar that much.
I'm not a major fan.
And it was too expensive at $5 per bar, which is pretty steep for like a single bar, I guess. I'm not really 100% sure. I don't consume that many bars.
These are $5 a bar. What the hell are you doing, Jacob? I get you trying to do a no compromise, real clean ingredients and be a top of the line product, but $5 a protein bar, that's pretty insane.
So for Mr. Former Fat Guy Fitness, the cost didn't justify the product, in his opinion. It wasn't the value that he wanted.
All in all, the only way I can recommend this to you is if you have some kind of a food allergy to where you have to have extremely clean ingredients. However, like I said, unless you have an allergy, there's no reason to be paying $5 a bar for a protein bar, my friend. It's all the way around. I can't recommend it.
Saw that video, didn't think any more of the video or the product, and I moved on about my day, all right? I walked outside, I pulled out I let it swing to and fro, I waved at my neighbors, and I wrote an angry email to the Postmaster General for losing my goods on their way to Mexico. But then today, another TikTok came up on my feed of someone reacting to Jake's response of him reacting to former Fat Guy Fitness's negative review of the Jacob Bar, and it piqued my curiosity.
There's been a lot of controversy around the Jacob Bar and how I replied to a recent review. Here's my response.
Okay, guys, and I decided that I wanted to dig a little bit more in, so here we go. Okay, we got drama. Content creator drama. We've got product drama. I have my own product. I can provide a unique experience here. I have Sour Boys. Go to sour.gg. We make sour strips, okay? Legit ones. And they're actually just candy. They're legitimately candy, sugar. That's what it is. Nothing special about it. We make them ourselves. We don't have a co-manufacturer. We make it ourselves. And over the next 52 weeks, we're doing 52 new flavors. We are, I think, 1 week behind. We've messed up one. Anyways, we got a new flavor every single week. We drop at 3 Central Standard Friday every single goddamn week. And next Friday, we're launching an entirely new, never seen before product. It's called Little Guys. All right, but just, you know, don't take my word for it. Go click the link, sour.gg, whatever. It's my brand. I don't really give a shit. We make good stuff. I have 40 employees in real life in the local area that work on this business. It's pretty goddamn cool. And it isn't called Caleb, which I think is a good thing, to be honest. Jacob is a cool name, but I don't recommend just putting your name right on a piece of food. That's weird. And it seems like the type of person who does that might be a little bit of a weird fellow. I don't know, just judging based on these TikToks I saw, not 100%, you judge for yourself. So, let's talk about Jacob and the bar. What exactly is this bar? Why didn't former Fat Guy like the bar? The bar itself has a very minimal design. I like it. As far as packaging goes, no imagery, it's simple, it's just the name Jacob. It seems like some kind of religious thing, to be honest. It seems like maybe I don't know, I really don't know. Seems like maybe a synoptic gospel in a bite-sized square. And I'd say it's fairly reflective of the general marketing trends we've been seeing in the past and recently with lighter pastel-esque colors. They got bold, reflective, shiny fonts, kind of like the Mina cookies that Pokimane released and put a dash of vitamin D in there. I don't like to just hate on people for no reason, but man, that really is just upsetting to me, that the whole Mina cookies thing. Don't list the vitamin D. That's the only part I care about. Don't list the vitamin D as like some kind of thing that's gonna be helping anybody, because it's not. They're cookies. Just be honest. People eat cookies, okay? They're good. Oreos are terrible for you and they're very popular. Now, we've got Jacob, whatever the man behind the brand. He seems like a pretty bright young guy himself.
I do place value on foods that are considered organic, pasture-raised, grass-fed, ones with minimal ingredients and additives. So I created a product that aligns with these values, hoping that it resonates with others who believe in the potential for food to transform and heal like I do.
He has pinned TikTok on his page talking about why he wanted to start a protein bar company in the first place.
For over a decade, I had horrible asthma. I couldn't go more than 12 hours without an inhaler. Endless medications and doctors, yet nobody ever asked what I ate. And it was only once I dug down to the root cause of this ailment that I was able to heal myself. The crappy foods I was eating was causing inflammation in my body.
It's cool, man. I've got to say, I like this type of mindset. I really do. Genuinely, I have respect for this fella Jacob here. He dropped out of school to pursue his dream, elementary school. And that dream is to launch a clean protein bar company. And this is after 10 years of him dealing with asthma and constantly trying to find answers through different doctors, etc. Just the classic general health practitioner rigmarole that so many people are aware of. And you can sort of fix your problems sometimes with diet, right? Not always, but it definitely absolutely helps. And I really like that sentiment through Jacob's bar. That's pretty cool. And he even goes on to say that no one really cared to ask him about what his diet was and found out that a lot of the food that he was eating caused inflammation. You know, asthma is a inflammation adjacent disease, and like it helps for sure, I'm sure. And no one's gonna argue with most of the food that we eat is terrible for you, and it does absolutely cause inflammation. There's gums. I'm eating gum right now that has xylitol and all sorts of shit that's really bad for my guts, and I probably should stop. But it's better than that Big Mac I had earlier and that Dr. Pepper I'm about to have. So good, man. So good. Not good for you, but very good. Tonight I will eat a delicious meal of clean greens from my garden, Malabar spinach, tomatoes, homegrown, cucumber, and a cut of beef. Alongside that, my beautiful girlfriend will prepare that with me because we cook together, because we love each other. All right? And she will make the rice because it's microwavable. And I will make all the other stuff because I like it when I do it. Just kidding. I'm sorry. She's gonna be mad at me. She's gonna beat me up. So yeah, 100% ingredients here. This is cool. I like the idea. Simple bar. He's got a personal story, an anecdote that he can base the reasoning behind his product. It makes sense. It's cool. And he says that when he cut a lot of these bad items out of his diet, he hasn't really needed to use his inhaler on a daily basis, which is great. That's huge, dude, because I cannot imagine having legitimate asthma. That's terrible.
I cleaned up my diet, eliminated all of the junk, and within 3 months, my asthma went away. This was life-changing for me, not being tied to an inhaler anymore, but I missed my protein bars.
Then he goes on to say that a lot of the junk that was causing his problems is present in the protein bars that are common on the market today. Just filler ingredients, nonsensical stuff that doesn't really need to be in there, because at the end of the day, it's like protein. It's not really supposed to be like candy necessarily. You're trying to get jacked, I guess. I'm not sure.
I would eat a Quest bar or another typical protein bar every day after school. But once I started this health journey, I had to cut them all out because they're all loaded with garbage. I love the concept of clean on-the-go fuel, but hated the options there were on the market. So I created my own with just 9 real ingredients and 20 grams of protein.
So this young man wanted to fill a need for himself and create his own bar, the Jacob Bar. It is a protein bar with 9 clean ingredients. The ingredients are as follows: grass-fed whey protein isolate.
And then we use grass-fed whey protein and freeze-dried organic strawberry powder as the powders.
Organic honey.
We use organic honey and organic dates to sweeten it.
Grass-fed beef tallow. Organic dates. Organic cacao chips. Organic cacao nibs. Organic vanilla extract. Organic cacao butter. Sea salt. Organic dried blueberries, specifically for the mixed berry flavor. And outside of those ingredients, it comes down to 3 main flavors: vanilla chip, chocolate chip, and mixed berry. And for the claims of the bar, there are no seed oils, no artificial sweeteners, no gluten, no compromise, and no shortcuts. It sounds like he's trying to separate himself from the general market, which is good. That's awesome. That's a huge W. The idea is to just be as clean as possible. Cool. There's a lot of people love eating incredibly healthy all the time.
The lubricant that a lot of manufacturing facilities use is a seed oil blend with propellants and natural flavors, but we use 100% grass-fed beef tallow as our lubricant to help the product run through the machinery. And it's honestly just fun to be there for the whole process as opposed to just outsourcing manufacturing. Like, I enjoy being here and improving the process, improving the product every single time.
Kind of reminds me of RX bars. They have very few ingredients and actually taste okay. They taste okay, all right? None of them are good. It's like eating ass paste from some kind of goblin that can't keep its mud in. A healthy goblin, albeit, okay? A healthy goblin I shall concede. But still, tastes like you're eating ass shit. Remember when I was a kid, bud? They had these power bars that were like eating actual shit. It looked like shit, it felt like shit in your mouth, but it tasted great. I have no idea what to wear in those, but I tell you what, I like them more than every other bar that is on the market currently, except for the Jacob bar. I did order a bunch of them. I do want to see cool brands succeed for sure. So yeah, Jacob bar, simple, clean, costs more, but it's clean. That's all it is. It's just a really clean, healthy protein bar. Healthy. In order to get to that clean ingredients list, it costs more money. Cacao nibs alone are expensive as shit. Those things are, chocolate, I think is the most expensive it's ever been currently.
Chocolate prices have skyrocketed more than 300% to their record high in 2024 and 211% since 2022. For reference, since 2022, the S&P 500 has risen 11.6%, Bitcoin has risen 3%, and gold has leaped 32%.
So yeah, pretty daunting undertaking as opposed to using like some kind of compound chocolate or something. I mean, the world of chocolate is very complicated and there are so many corners to be cut. I mean, genuinely, it's hard to find actual good quality chocolate and it's very expensive. Like undutched stuff that's relatively cruelty-free, it's very difficult and it's very expensive. So it's good to see the Jacob bar doubling down on having clean cacao. So I don't know about you guys, but I want to taste one. Unfortunately, I do not have one. I assume they taste very similar to RX bars, maybe a little worse because this whole thing stems from the review from former Fat Guy Fitness, like I said.
There's no reason to be paying $5 a bar for a protein bar, my friend.
He was negative, and the video that I saw today is a video of a guy reacting to Jacob's reaction to that guy.
So that video is him shitting on the Jacob bar. He doesn't like the taste and he doesn't like the price. We make a premium product. If you want to go buy a garbage protein bar loaded with artificial sweeteners and preservatives and stabilizers and gums that are going to kill your stomach, go buy a Quest bar, go buy a Bear Bell.
And it was bad. What did he say though? What did former Fat Guy say to get flamed by Jacob himself? The man, the bar, the legend. Well, former Fat Guy Fitness was sent the bars from Jake himself. He even got a little nice handwritten note, said, "Hope you like them, Jake." He tried all three of the flavors, and the first thing that he called out was the cost, $5 a bar.
Starting with the cost is the hardest part. These are $5 a bar. What the hell are you doing, Jacob? I get you trying to do a no compromise, real clean ingredients and be a top of the line product, but $5 a protein bar, that's pretty insane.
It's insane when competitors like Quest run $2.80 a bar. Cliff Bars, you can buy a 12 pack for $15, and that's typical, even though at some time you can buy a pack marked down to $11 on Amazon or some shit like that. Taking that kind of price difference between Quest, Cliff, and the Jacob bars, the $5 tag is a large jump if you are in the same level of competition in the same market there. Then former Fat Guy Fitness talks about the macros and nutritional information, which is insanely important for bodybuilders like myself. I gotta just let him know who's boss every now and then, I'm sorry. He says that the ingredients are solid for a protein bar, which is definitely true, but it's all gonna come down to how it really tastes. This former Fat Guy Fitness really seems to like cost and taste. He's not so worried as much about the cleanliness of the bar itself, which is completely valid. A lot of people probably aren't.
The macros on these things aren't that bad. It's 250 calories with 20 grams of protein, which is a 12.5 on the CTP. That's a respectable protein bar. There's only 1 gram of fiber and 9 grams of added sugar, but however, that's only from honey, so it's not that big a deal. This really is all gonna come down to how well does it taste and is it worth $5 for a protein bar?
He starts with the vanilla chip bar and says that it looks more like a hockey puck than a bar, which is very similar to RX bars, I've got to say. I mean, they look like turds and farts and shit.
Okay, we're starting with the vanilla one right off the rip, and it just kind of looks like a brown protein puck. I'm sorry, man, but that's a hard pass. Extremely dry, very low levels of sweetness, no real good enjoyable flavor. It's just a very, very dense puck of protein.
Then he says it doesn't taste good, and it has no real sweetness or enjoyable flavor, and that it also is very dry. He then says a lot of the same things about the chocolate chip flavor bar, and despite the chocolate flavor being rich, there is no sweetness to accompany it, which means it is pointless and lame because chocolate is supposed to be sweet. I love chocolate, but only when it's really sweet.
Let's try chocolate because y'all know me, I love chocolate, and this one just kind of looks like a little brownie puck. Very, very dry, very, very chewy. The chocolate flavor is fairly rich, but there's no sweetness to accompany it.
I love chocolate. Have you ever had 100% chocolate? 100% chocolate tastes like, once again, hot dirt. Dirt. Sour ass dirt. Tastes like dirt. It's nasty. 100% cacao is gross. Do I eat it every single day by the handful? Absolutely. Until sometimes I get terrible pounding headaches? Yes, of course. How do you think I'm so virile and young? It's funny watching this review though. I love it, dude. I love it. This is the classic reviewer trope. I love this. The mixed berry bar happens to be his favorite, which I'm surprised. I figured that one would probably be below the chocolate one because kind of chocolate just sort of lends itself to tasting like shit a little bit sometimes, you know? If that makes sense? A little acidic and weird and dirty.
Give the mixed berry a go. All right, berries are my all-time favorite food because they're extremely sweet and they're very rich in fiber. However, this still only has 1 gram of fiber, which is a major drawback for this bar.
He loved the mixed berry one. He said that it had a little bit more sweetness over the vanilla and chocolate, but very little berry flavor coming through on top of the dryness and chewiness that the other two had.
Out of all 3 of them, this one is the best one, but it is still very, very dry, very, very chewy. It has the most sweetness out of all 3 of them, but I'm not tasting much berry at all.
So this guy loves sugar. I mean, it seems like this guy just wants sugar in his bar. He wants it to be sweet like candy. And by the end of it, the only people that former Fat Guy Fitness recommends the Jacob bar to are people with food allergies who need to have clean ingredients, which is completely fair.
All in all, the only way I can recommend this to you is if you have some kind of a food allergy to where you have to have extremely clean ingredients. However, like I said, unless you have an allergy, there's no reason to be paying $5 a bar for a protein bar, my friend. It's all the way around. I can't recommend it.
And former Fat Guy Fitness also has a large following, and he's a really smart dude. He has a lot of weight loss tips and tricks from his own journey.
Welcome to a brand new game called Fix Your Stacked Pre-Workout. What I mean by that is while Dethroner is one of the most stacked pre-workouts on the market, it just doesn't taste the best. So me and Pookie are gonna do a game of rating pre-workouts that have been mixed with flavored creatine to see if it tastes any better.
It's awesome. I mean, talk about having experience to back up the things you're saying. It's awesome. It's really cool. I love I've seen a lot of his videos before, actually. I like his content. And his bar review really changed my life. That being said, Jake probably thought sending this guy product would be an easy layup for the Jacob bar. Sending it to former Fat Guy Fitness, he'd be like, yes, I love healthy food. I lost a bunch of weight. I'm doing very well. Check out this Jacob bar. It's really healthy. It's pretty, you know, it tastes like, it's great. It's great. You know, but no, it was a negative review because he was being honest and he was just purely talking about his tastes. And I have the same tastes. I will not lie to you guys. I would prefer something sweet like candy than I would a bar of turds with healthy ingredients because YOLO, life is short. If I'm gonna eat something really healthy, I'm gonna be able to take the ingredients and combine it myself. I don't give a fuck. If I'm eating a bar of some kind, I don't really want it to taste that bad. You know? If I wanted something to taste bad, I would have made it myself. All right, but that's just me, okay? And also maybe a little bit of former Fat Guy Fitness. Review was negative, and it was one of his higher viewed videos when compared to those posted before and after. Quite the unfortunate turn of events in Jake's eyes, I'm sure. It's gotta be a massive fear fest, I'm not sure. We've gotten a lot of reviews for my product, and every time I'm just like, you know, I'm not gonna say I don't care necessarily, but like it's, oh, the haters. I do 100% value feedback.
It's not super sour. I'm tearing up because, but it's still sour. It's good.
It doesn't make me like upset. I watch them and then we can actually incorporate some of the criticism and feedback that people have. Like literally, I can call my guys and be like, hey, can we try this or whatever? And obviously it might take a couple months, but we incredibly value feedback. I always want people to be satisfied. My ego has nothing to do with this product. It's candy. I'm making candy, but that's just my own perspective. So maybe that shines a light a little bit before what we're about to get into, because Jake stitched the review with former Fat Guy Fitness with his reaction to the review, and Jake has gotten a lot of criticism. He describes the review of the Jacob bar as him shitting on the Jacob bar.
So that video is him shitting on the Jacob bar. He doesn't like the taste and he doesn't like the product.
Which I understand why he feels like it's shitting on the product, but and because it's like something he's created and branded and it's got his name literally on it. So it's like, he probably feels like he's being shit on because he put his name on it. That's why I didn't call him Caleb Candies, because I didn't want to get shit on, literally. Boils down to is one man's genuine evaluation and fair review of a product with his own tastes and opinions.
All in all, the only way I can recommend this to you is if you have some kind of a food allergy to where you have to have extremely clean ingredients.
Another man's personal attack.
So that video is him shitting on the Jacob bar.
And quite literally being Cleveland steamered shit on. I get it. Jacob, his name is on it, and he was not very nice to the bar. So like, they got beef, dude. So Jake, speaking to the price of the Jacob bar, describes it as a premium product and recommends that if consumers want a garbage protein bar with junk ingredients, preservatives, sweeteners, they should go to his competitors. They should go to his competitors. You're not gonna find that here.
To the point of price, we make a premium product. If you want to go buy a garbage protein bar loaded with artificial sweeteners and preservatives and stabilizers and gums that are going to kill your stomach, go buy a Quest bar, go buy Bear Bells. That's fine. Those are the cheaper options if you want a cheaper option. We provide a higher quality option for those who want.
If you want something that tastes better, you're gonna have to look elsewhere, bucko. We only make the most disgusting bars of shit around. But guess what? They're healthy. All right. Okay, I understand. I get it. I understand. As a creator of a food brand product myself that I take great pride in, and quite literally we handle 100% of it, a statement like that doesn't really do any good. Jacob is a young man. I am also a young man. I am learning, but it is not gonna do any good to respond to criticism of price by calling it a premium product and then just be like, if you want shit, go buy something else. Unless maybe it's ironic. If he like would have said, hey, former fat guy, if you wanted shit, how about that? Or something. This is just kind of pathetic a little bit. Is that what it is? It kind of feels like like he's offended really a lot. It's just too personal. It's just a brand. It's just a brand, man. Sure, you worked really hard. It's your blood, sweat, and your tears, but it's really just a brand at the end of the day. It is just a brand. It can explode and you'll still be alive and the brand will not. And brands are made up of hundreds of people from the beginning to the end. People make the design, unless you do all of it. Do you shit the bars out? I mean, maybe, I'm not sure. It is literally his name. But yeah, seems like to me, saying something is an insanely premium product, and if you don't like that, then get the fuck out of my house and go buy some other shit with preservatives in it. It doesn't really seem like it has very positive effects, generally speaking. Then our boy Jacob goes on to address the criticism from FFGF by acknowledging the fact that it doesn't taste good because it isn't using artificial sweeteners or anything that he says other companies use to make their protein bars taste like candy bars.
To the point of taste, yeah, it doesn't taste as good as some of these other bars because we don't use artificial flavors, we don't use artificial sweeteners, we don't use a lot of the things that these other companies use to make it taste like a candy bar.
I've got to agree, a lot of them are really bad for you and they do taste good. That can't be good. Something can't be good for you and taste good if it's a bar. That's just the rule. If something is really easy and it tastes good, it's not good for you. That's the rule. Okay. And that's the life we live. And that's the system we're born into. If Jacob can figure out, maybe, how to make them taste good, holy shit, he'll have a revolutionary product. But alas, it's not possible, I don't think. At this point, he starts talking about the specific demographic that he's targeted with his bar, saying that he didn't create the bar for calorie counting gym bro guys. He created it for people who care about the quality of what they eat and don't want all the additives that can be found in other products, which is, once again, that's fair criticism.
I didn't create this bar for the calorie counting gym bro guy who's just looking at macros and who doesn't care about food quality. I created it for the person that doesn't want all of the junk additives in so many protein bars, but still wants real food when they can't cook a full meal.
Is it snarky? For sure. Did you need to explain yourself? Not really. Seems like former Fat Guy Fitness doesn't really care about that. It seems like you do. So it's just like a waste of time. It's just a bad stance to take, guys. He is quite literally creating a protein bar, and the people who are most likely going to be in the protein bar market are going to be the people who go to the gym and work out and want to be healthy and look better and count calories and have fun while doing it, not eat like Nazis or anything like that. Most people don't like that. In fact, it's kind of traumatizing for some people, and then it gets them out of the gym. Some people, not myself. I fast a lot. I like to be tortured. I like to suffer. I like to suffer, dude. So yeah, essentially alienating this entire demographic of potential customers, not a good idea from a brand perspective. Being really negative and just being like, hey, you, this is a special cool kids club. This bar is dope as all the other bars are disgusting and you'll get asthma. He didn't say that. You'll get asthma if you eat them. Okay. It's very personal, this thing that he's working with, and it makes it more complicated. Okay, guys, jokes aside, whatever nonsense entertainment stuff, this is complicated. But at the end of the day, he's definitely shooting himself in the foot by being so negative for just kind of no reason outside of just being personally offended. To add a bit more context, that statement seems a little more unbelievable, a little more off the wall when he's using it to describe former Fat Guy Fitness, the guy that he personally sent the bars to with a note. And since the review wasn't what he was hoping for. He just generalizes him and people like him after the fact, saying that it's not for people like him. Hey man, check this out. Love you, by the way. XOXO. I don't really like it. It's not really my thing. And yeah, it doesn't taste very good. And maybe if you have like exclusionary diets and you want to have like some, try the bar, then maybe. But other than that, it just kind of tastes like shit. Tastes like shit and it's expensive. So not really my wheelhouse, to be honest. Oh no, don't say that about Jacob. No, you'll get stitched. You'll get stitched. So yeah, bit immature. He continues talking about the flavor, saying that people he gives the bar to are already eating very clean foods and they love it. And the sweetness provided from the honey and dates is enough for them, but not enough for people who eat processed foods and fast food.
So my last point on taste, so the people I give this bar to that stick to a relatively clean diet throughout their life, they absolutely love the taste because the natural sweetness from the honey and dates is all the sweetness they need. So the people I give it to that eat Chick-fil-A and fast food and processed food all of the time, yes, this doesn't taste as good as those processed garbage foods. So if you're one of those people, don't buy this bar expecting it to taste like those. Again, I created this as a clean, protein-packed option that's cleaner than any protein bar in the market.
Which I've heard that before, but to me, sounds like maybe you should have tested the bar on more people or been more clear with your marketing and maybe not have sent it to just everyone hoping to get a positive review. Like if it is a niche product, and this is invalid, but it's like you didn't really market it as a niche product initially. And now after a bad review, you're like, this is a niche product. By the way, since we've filmed the first part of this video, he has responded to Jacob's response. Former Fat Guy Fitness has responded, and he's awesome. He's awesome. Just pretty clearly gonna win. This is not a good look for Jacob. Here we go.
If you want to go buy a garbage protein bar loaded with artificial sweeteners and preservatives and stabilizers and gums that are going to kill your stomach,
Well, Jacob,
You done messed up, Aaron!
everyone's reacted, so here's my 2 cents. First, that review was cordial and professional. If you thought that was shitting on your protein bar, please ask Protein Puck what that actually looks like.
And you had the audacity
He
to
was
name
mean
your
to them.
entire company Protein Puck. That is bullshit.
I wasn't trying to tear you down with that review. I was just giving honest feedback. And if you wouldn't have given the reaction that you
seem
did,
honest.
that video would have gotten the same 20K to 50K on all my reviews I normally get. You should have just taken the criticism, said thank you for the review, and carried on. 2 things though.
True.
First, you mentioned that people with fried taste buds or a poor diet wouldn't like it. 1, I eat an 85% whole foods diet with treats and moderation, as all things should be.
So I did say that this guy probably he seems like the type of guy who makes decisions on food based on like quality of life, like actual genuine quality of life, not just like I want food all the time. So like the 15 to 85, what he's talking about, that makes perfect sense. He seems like a guy who is not afraid to eat some shit just because, number bad or whatever. I like this guy. Anyways, I like this guy. Let's move on.
Send it to a content creator who has reviewed 120 protein bars, 20 plus energy drinks, 20 plus protein powders. I make macro-friendly recipes, including Ninja Creamies. What were you expecting? My second point is a final tip for you, Jacob. Your commission on these bars for people who sell them on TikTok Shop is $11. That is insane. To put that in perspective for everybody else, I'm a sponsored athlete at Ecovision. I sell these things for a living, but when I sell one of these, I get $1 to $3 for each of them. Take your commission down to $3 a bar, save everybody $1 a bar on your pricing, but even then, you're still out of the park in the market. I'm not sure what you expected by sending me these bars if you thought you were going to get a free friendly review because you sent me some free product. Even my sponsored partners, I give them negative reviews when they make a product that I don't like or I agree with. I have never lied on a review, I have never lied on a product, and I never will. If you thought you were going to get different, I'm sorry.
I believe him, dude. I'm gonna listen to this guy. This guy's just says it how it is. 85% whole food diet. That's fucking crazy, by the way. That's very impressive. If true, very impressive. 15%, I'm assuming whatever he wants, which is awesome too. Anyways, another good response. Getting feedback from an echo chamber, let's just say, is a bad idea. It's a really bad idea. I'm just gonna put that out there. An old boy posted a video of people saying that the bar was good.
Yo, this shit good, bro. 20 grams of protein too, brother?
Yes, sir.
And the response to that video has been sort of negative. The video itself has 1.5 thousand likes at the time of recording. The comment section has comments with like up to 10,000 likes, which is a lot. One comment says, it seems like you sent him the bars for a review and he gave you his honest feedback. Why are you so pressed? That has 10,000 likes. Another says, fine, you've convinced me. I'll stick to the cheaper bars that actually taste good, with 7,000 likes. It's really bad. Well, on one side, I totally get it, dude. I totally get it. Like the product, it's a clean product. It's like RX Bar. RX Bar is not gonna market their shit like this. Okay. Are they inferior to the other ones, taste-wise? Absolutely. But it's like, that's part of it. You can't get personally heated over brands. It's a product. Who the cares at the end of the day, dude? You're not selling it to walking bags of money. You're selling it to human beings with different tastes and different desires and different life experiences. What the Many have actually called attention to the fact that he acknowledges the worst taste for a higher price, kind of being like, yeah, it tastes bad and yeah, it's expensive, but you know, like most people don't really care. Most people aren't trying exclusionary diets. It's a very small, limited amount of people who are willing to pay a lot more for something that tastes way worse and is subjectively better. Like, if you're eating it every single day, for sure, but if it's like a once, twice a week thing, it's not gonna really have an effect in your life, to be honest. So yeah, it tastes bad and it's expensive. Wait, are you saying it doesn't taste good and it's also expensive? Yeah, that's quite literally what's being said here. But it's not for you. It's not supposed to taste good, dude. It's not food. It's fuel, you idiot. It's Jacob. 100,000 likes, I'll change Sour Boys to Caleb. I'll actually make a Caleb branded bag of Sour Boys that will make it taste like dog water or something like that. We'll make it taste like shit. All right, and it'll just say Caleb really simply on it, and it'll have me on there, like, and then I'm gonna send it to a bunch of content creators and be like, and I'm gonna say, don't be honest. Don't be honest. Give me a positive review or I will kill you. I will kill you. And that's not what Jacob said. That's what I'm going to say. I'm different from Jacob. Me and him are not the same person. Moving on, Joel Twinham of T Nutrition Fitness is another TikTok influencer page guy. This is the guy that I was talking about who was reacting to the reaction of the reaction. He came across my feed and reminded me of the existence of the Jacob bar the other day and addressed Jake's reaction. And that's part of the reason why I decided to even make this video, because it's like, people were talking about it. It's interesting.
That was a rough one.
First of all, he applauds Jake for taking the initiative to start a business, as do I. That's awesome, dude. It's tough. It's really difficult running stuff and having like employees. I don't know the extent of Jacob's business and like how he's running it, if he uses 3PL or what kind of, you know, does he have a second man, a number two? What's going on? How hands-on actually is he? Do they make the bars or they co-man? Like what's going on? Anyways, he does commend him, as do I.
Jacob, man to man, I'm gonna give you some advice. I heard you dropped out of school in order to start this business. Great, go for it. But this is not how you respond to criticism of your product. You've got comments on this video that have more likes than your video itself. You are getting ratioed for good reason.
And he does not like the response from Jake to FFGF. He makes it clear, in his opinion, that this is not how a brand, much less a creator and the literal name behind the brand, should be reacting to product criticisms, which I would agree. He says that rather than fighting valid criticism, you should try to accept it and do better, which is just the basic part of being an adult human being and learning and common sense. I mean, it just, yeah, of course, you can't just fight when something doesn't go your way. You're an adult. You're an adult man.
When somebody gives you criticism on a product and the criticism is very valid, you accept it and you try to do better.
Try that with the government. See what happened.
I'm gonna come to the overflow room.
And I'd say, man, that's spot on. This guy is absolutely correct, in my opinion, with his sort of criticisms of Jake. And I think this is good that all this is happening, and I do believe that everything will come out on top. But I went through all the same shit. I didn't have a negative, extremely insecure reaction when people criticize my product, which we get criticism all the time. I've been through a lot of the criticism, and I share it with the team every single time. We have internal criticism. We have a QA department that their goal is to just be like, does this suck? Because if it sucks, we can't release it. And man, I'm so proud of the product and how far our product has come. And I'm excited for Jacob to kind of get to that point as well and improve his shit, because like this is his first time doing it. He's just a little kid. The bar's got his name on it. That's not a good idea. Don't put your name on it, bro. Just make it something different, like Jacoby or some shit. Jaco bar. How about that? Just add R at the end. That's funnier and better. And it's not you, and it doesn't seem like you got some kind of mental thing going on, like some kind of weird Oedipus attachment to your candy bar or whatever, protein bar. And maybe it'll help criticism in the future, which you will get a lot of criticism, especially after this. People are going to just shit on you a lot because you deserve to be trolled a little bit. This is what I would do if I saw someone, I was just a consumer and I was buying a product and someone was just shit talking me online who's trying to sell a product. I'd be like, this guy. So basic little bit of empathy, a little bit of understanding. You can see that it's not a good idea. It's a very, very, very bad idea. And I thought that my perspective would be unique and interesting because I quite literally have a product and live this life. To be fair, my product's not a health food product. We're very transparent about what it is. It's just simple ass candy that we make ourselves, that we went through hell trying to fine-tune a recipe that we made ourselves by reading books. All right. And now we didn't have any experience 2 years ago. And now we are a respected candy brand amongst other candy manufacturers, which is crazy because it is a deep, dark, scary world out there. All right. Candy manufacturing, food manufacturing. It's cutthroat, dude. Just kidding. It's not. Everybody's really nice. It is so tough. And I got to tell you, Jacob, if you're watching this, if this brought you down to your knees and really brought out the beast in you, it's going to get way worse. And you're going to have much more difficult challenges. And if you continue to react with this sort of bizarre, unnecessary vitriol, it is not going to end well. That's just as simple as it is, okay? You are not entitled to anyone buying your bar. I'll say that's what I've learned from this whole YouTube thing and the brand. If you guys want to be a YouTuber or have any kind of product or do anything really in real life and be respected and have fun doing what you're doing, you are not entitled to anything. You are not entitled to anything. Okay? So shut the f up and be grateful. It'll go a very long way. Now, that does bring the question, is there ever a time to dismiss criticism? Is it ever fair to dismiss criticism? Absolutely. It is fair to dismiss criticism sometimes. Sometimes people are just trolls and they're like, you're going to get a lot of criticism. Jacob's going to get a lot of criticism that is going to be dismissible because it's just going to be because people want to troll him now. All right. That criticism I would not have dismissed from former Fat Guy Fitness, but like you'll find some people just talk shit and they're dumb. It's pretty obvious when criticism is to be dismissed and when it's not. When you feel personally attacked, probably not the time to dismiss the criticism. Now, back to Joel. When Joel references the fact that former Fat Guy Fitness was critical of the flavor of the bars and how unsweet the bar was, he offered a quick fix to Jacob. He says that dates are a pretty divisive food and many people do not like them, which is completely fair. I do not like them. And using that for sweetness could turn away customers because it's like eating shit. I mean, I don't know why I keep saying that, but that's the whole, I just imagine myself as like an ape in the woods eating shit because I have to. And it's like, oh, I don't want this. I want candy. I want candy. Dates are disgusting.
For example, he said that it doesn't taste very good, that you were lacking in terms of sweetness. Look at your ingredients. I could improve this bar in 2 seconds. A large number of the population does not like dates. You didn't use your resources available to you. You have allulose, you have stevia, both natural.
Joel provides 2 options for alternative sweeteners like allulose and stevia, both being natural. That could make it sweeter, but I will counter that by saying both of those things can cause inflammation in people, and their allulose specifically is not studied that well and can have a negative impact on your gut bacteria. So
that can help you with your sweetness. You're using ingredients that you don't need to use.
Maybe a very small amount, for example, the ratio that is naturally found in a fig or a date or something like that, because there is allulose in figs. That could be a good idea to where it's just like a 20% sweeter and there's not enough allulose to be anything that you wouldn't find outside of nature. If that's what Jacob's into. Or you could just add more, say fuck it, and who cares, we ball, let's make this shit taste good and justify the expense, or not. Then the next thing that Joel does is call out the use of overly expensive ingredients, which are only driving up Jacob's prices and pricing him out of people willing to buy the product we buy because it's just ingredients nobody cares about.
You're using ingredients that you don't need to use that are going to raise the price of your product as well. Who the frick cares if it's pure Madagascar vanilla extract? I know you're paying a premium for it, so get rid of some overhead.
He specifically cites pure Madagascar vanilla extract, which has 0 health benefits and is just like a flex, I guess. I'm not really sure why you'd want that in there. Who the fuck cares if it's from Madagascar? Who even knows what the flavoring is anyways? What is flavoring? It's like a liquid. How'd they get that in there? How'd they get the little flavor in there? What the you know? Then Joel calls out Jake's general vibe of his response. That is, if you don't like my product, then screw you. It's not for you.
All in all, just horrible business strategy. If you don't like my product, screw you. It's not for you. You want long-term success, you're going to need to change your tune. TNFO.
So yeah, doesn't look good for Jacob, to be honest. Unfortunate. I feel like it could really have been avoided 100% by just a little bit of basic decency and respect, I guess. And based on TikTok reviews and comments, you think people aren't eating the bar and just chewing them up. A lot of bad reviews coming in, a lot of bad TikToks coming in, a lot of negativity coming in for Jacob and his Jacob bar at eatjacob.com, which is a great name. That's really funny. I still can't, like, why would you make it your name? What does Jacob have to do with anything? It's just a name, dude. It's a name. Why do you, like, what? That's so funny. I love that. What should I call this? I think I'll call it Caleb. It's like dads who name their sons after themselves. I love that shit. It's like, what do I call this? What do I call this little guy? I know what. I'll name it after me. Cause I'm awesome. No hate, all right? No hate. EatJacob.com. Jacob responded. Okay, guys, you got the full story. Okay, today he responded, or yesterday, I guess he responded after I filmed my video, basically. His response would have prevented a lot of this. Let's see.
There's been a lot of controversy around the Jacob bar and how I replied to a recent review. Here's my response. 1. I was wrong to lash out against a respectful reviewer in a disrespectful way. That's on me, full stop. As a business owner...
True, full stop. Absolutely, that is terrible. I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea. Bad idea. Anyways, let's go.
And someone who's always trying to learn and grow, I should always be open to constructive criticism and not take it personally. 2, I shouldn't have mentioned other protein bar brands. If I truly believe in my product, which I do, I shouldn't have to use them for comparison, but rather let my product speak for itself. 3, as for the price, I wish I could sell this at a lower price. This product may not be for everyone right now, and that's okay. I certainly want to lower the price and make this more obtainable for more people as we grow. But I'm not willing to compromise on ingredient quality, and at the moment, it's simply more expensive for me to purchase these ingredients. I started this company because I had lifelong health issues, with poor food choices being the main culprit. So I'm not going to sacrifice price for quality.
So I have some respect for this because a lot of people are calling him out. They're like, it doesn't cost that much. It doesn't cost that much, dude. And the commission and all that stuff. Probably he's not making that much money off these bars. Let's be real. He's probably not making that much money. You get cost of shipping, everything like that. Like overall cost of goods sold. I don't know how many employees this guy has. This could be 100% true. Absolutely 100% true. Like the price is probably pretty set, but that doesn't speak to the commission price that other creators get for selling them. So it's like he is making a 300% markup, something like that. Let's see.
A growing percentage of customers continue to reorder, not only because it helps them in their daily lives, but because they enjoy the taste, as is seen in the TikTok reviews. I'm always trying to take customer feedback and improve the product, and I should have said that more clearly and professionally in my original video. With
That's true. I agree with that.
I have learned to channel my passion for this business more positively and productively. If you watch any of the other videos on my page, you'll find that I'm typically very open to criticism so that I can improve the product and best serve our amazing growing customer base. I've learned from this, and I look forward to helping more people lead healthier lives.
Cool. I would say lead a healthier life by installing that beeper up there, that little the little ceiling bird. Reinstall that so you're living safely, and so your insurance, if your house burns down, you'll be fine. Anyways, that's beside the point. I feel like a great response. Good damage control. You know, there's something to be said that this is just damage control potentially. Like he doesn't actually feel this way. Also, he's a young man. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty damn good response. Former Fat Guy Fitness also responded, but this happened after. So a lot of people trolling him though. And in my opinion, I feel like this is good. And I think we'll see a huge positive turn for all this stuff. I think this will end good. This guy seems to be doing the right thing. His product, he's not cutting corners. He's standing by it. It's cool. It's a $5 protein bar. It's kind of expensive. There's not that many people who are going to buy it. And also a lot of people are just going to shit on it no matter what, because it is a $5 protein bar. So that looks really weird, by the way. So yeah, that sums it up. I feel like this honestly will be a good thing for Jacob. His response was good, but also a lot of people are probably just gonna be like, oh, it's damage control, of course. But that's also, you can't just be like, well, now that you're listening to the criticism and not just fucking digging your heels in the sand like an immature weirdo, now that you're not doing that, you don't get to, I'll never forgive you, basically. Forgiveness, it's pretty cool, easy. We could use more high quality products that people actually care about who are selling them, and not Kellogg or Nestle or, those people. I'm pro Jacob. I think he can do this. Seems like Jacob might need to get off social media a little bit. Yesterday, he tweeted, caring about someone else's opinion makes you their prisoner. And he tweeted that with an image of a brain in chains, which is a weird L move. People are literally just trying to help you, and you're dismissing valid criticism. It's not good for business. You're trying to grow. Maybe you should not have dropped out of school and learned more about team building and psychology and how to be a good person, I guess, but you don't need to go to school to learn any of those things. I didn't go to school. I was homeschooled. I learned all that through Jesus. It's also a bit hypocritical given the fact that June 10th, he was tweeting, asking people their thoughts and opinions, such as, how big do you think the market is for this kind of protein bar? Seems like to me, he does want people's opinions, but only if they're positive, which that's not really how it works, generally speaking. I don't know. I'm not sure. He also asked, what would stop this selling on Whole Food shelves? The ridiculous amount of rules and hoops. Why the fuck would you ever want to sell it in Whole Foods? Whole Foods sucks, dude. So yeah, this can't be good. It's definitely led to a bit of a influx of hypercritical people who are just criticizing the man now because they don't have respect for this guy because he kind of made a bit of an ass of himself when it's like the whole brand thing is just, yeah, he seems super entitled and kind of weird. He also named it after himself, you know. We dove a bit deeper though. Fascinated with Jake. Fascinated with Jake and his journey as a creator and a food brand. It's unique. It's very rare. We looked and checked some of his uses of influencer marketing for his food. It's unique, okay? One of the first things we found is that at first it wasn't even called Jacob. It was changed to that from Way Better, which I think is a way better name. I think that's a way better name. Why would you change Way Better to Jacob? The Way Better bar was an earlier integration with less ingredients and like different branding. And Jacob is really the only branding on the new version. The branding on Way Better had different colored cows and flavors and a more defined font. It looked, I thought, way better as well. It's kind of odd. And the name Way Better, I feel like maybe he changed it. And I feel like Way Better, it's gotta be taken, right? That has to be a thing. There's just no way that didn't exist already. Oh yeah, there is another Way Better bar. Milk chocolate protein. Are these British or something though? I know what I'll do. I'll change it to my name. That's what he did. He found out that there was competitors with more of a market share and he wouldn't be able to get the trademark because he wasn't as popular, and then he changed it to his name. I feel like somebody who does that should probably already have like an existing brand identity to slap on there. For example, Sting or Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson bar, The Weeknd bar, you know, Diddy bar. Shit, that would go hard. Diddy bar. Apparently part of the reason that Jake rebranded was because he wanted to get away from the word way because it was more restricting marketing wise to use the word way. So instead he made it his name.
What happens to Way Better Bar? That was a killer brand name. This was the packaging for the Way Better Bar. It was very playful, bright colors, fun fonts. There was a mascot. The name was good. It was catchy. When someone said Way Better, like they always thought of the brand, but it just didn't represent the aura that I wanted to achieve with this product and brand.
I feel like it probably had something to do with there already being Way Better bars out there. And get this, he also wanted to get away from using the word bar because that was restrictive in the product form as well. It's pretty cool. So
Way Better pigeonholed me into only ever using whey protein, and bar pigeonholed me into one form factor.
He calls it the Jacob bar, so I'm not really, he wants to make a lifestyle brand, I think. He's like the Yeezy of shitty bars. Another reason why he rebranded from the fun cows and colors and designs of the Way Better bar, the reason he puts it is a lot of people eat with their eyes first, and if people saw fun, playful packaging of Way Better, they'd think the product would be that, which is why he elevated it to Jacob, make it more luxurious.
We use high quality ingredients, and I wanted the packaging to convey that. People eat with their eyes first, and if someone sees a fun, playful packaging, as was the case with Way Better Bar, that's their perception of the product going into it. So the goal with Jacob was just to elevate that, make it a little more premium, a little more luxurious, so that the perception going into it is elevated.
So say what you will, whether or not anybody likes it, the dude is burying his heels in the sand, and he has the choices and decisions for his brand, and his responses to criticism have been, I control this. I do not care what you think. My name is on it. Literally has my name on it. It is mine. I own them all. It goes hard though. This guy has complete control over the manufacturing and packaging. He pays a contract manufacturer to make the bars.
One of the reasons I eat the Jacob bar like 4 or 5 times a day is because I have control over the entire manufacturing process, the ordering process, the packaging process, everything.
Not to brag or, you know, continuously inflate my own ego. We do it ourselves. All right, we don't have a contract manufacturer. We're awesome. We kind of do it different. But yeah, there's plenty of videos where you can see the fresh turds being extruded in his videos. They're preparing batches of the Jacob bars. He makes it very transparently available. It's cool. I mean, I feel like if this hadn't had the reason I'm even making this video, this would just be a really interesting product that I would be watching from the sidelines, not eating because it doesn't taste good. But well, I don't know that yet. I bought some. I'll let you know. Okay, so I know it look a lot different, but it's only been 24 hours. I got the Jacob bars in the mail this morning. I recorded the video yesterday, so I'm gonna taste one to give him a fair rating of chocolate chip. I bought the variety pack. It came with a note that had my name on it. and he was very nice. Actually, I used a pseudonym, so wasn't my name. It's another name. Rhymes with purse. Okay, so it's called a Jacob bar, but it looks like a round circle. It looks like shit. I mean, like literally, I'm not even saying that it looks bad. This is kind of what they all look like. It smells pretty good. It smells like an old power bar. You can really taste that there's no seed oils. Wow. That's incredible. Gonna be real. Not a huge fan. I would probably go with an RX bar over this. But it's certainly not like horrible. Tastes clean and healthy though, for sure, and it only has 9 ingredients. I would really like to get an FDA lawyer to look at this packaging, because I have a sneaking suspicion that this is not up to code. Yeah, I get a couple red flags here. I would maybe check that out, Jacob. I would go get a couple second opinions on your packaging for compliance. This one smells great. Wow, it actually smells like a really high quality vanilla. Pure vanilla. 10,000 taste buds. Pure vanilla. You know? Oh. I think I got a little piece of salt in my tooth and it hurt my tooth. It's not bad. It's not bad, man. It's really not bad. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, this is the mixed berry. Oh, shit. All right, it's on the ground, so. That thing fucking shot out of there, dude. It's like chocolate chip, but it's berry. This one's the best one. Honestly, this is good. This is good. I could eat these every single day. Seriously, this is fucking solid. This mixed berry one is very good. I was not expecting much. I was expecting to be kind of grossed out. The chocolate one, not that good. Vanilla one, not that good. Those are both like sub 5, probably. In terms of taste, they're higher up because they're super healthy. But this bad boy, it's like a high 6, to be honest. Does it have wheelberries in it? I would say good job, Jacob. I feel like you definitely can pull out of this on top. I mean, if you keep it up, maybe add a little more sugar. So they're all pretty good. I think the berry one, like maybe a hard 6 for protein bars in terms of taste. Overall, it's hard to quantify because it's like, what is your goal? To just consume protein, or is it to be very healthy and have an exclusionary diet? You know, easily I could consider this the very top of my list if I'm very health conscious at the time. That's a review. I'm not sure if it helps at this point, but yeah. Anyways, guys, press like, I guess. I'll try to be completely transparent and honest. Okay, guys, and I'll let you know how my belly feels after as well, because a lot of protein bars make my belly hurt. Also, Jacob claims he put his entire life savings into this, which he's not a very old person, so probably not that much money. He needs this to succeed though, because it is his baby. It's literally his child, Jacob Jr. And at the end of the day, it does make sense that if you put everything into something and someone's just like, I don't like it that much, and you're just like, I can relate 100% to the stressful aspects of running a business and finding capital and hiring people and compliance, FDA compliance. You got to be safe when you're making food. That is incredibly important. And by God, if you're going to do it, guys, do not make it in-house yourself. Do not do what I have done, okay? It is terrible, and I regret it every single day of my entire life, but I think one day it will probably be worth it. I hope, but I seriously do. I actually do. I wish I would have just done the contract manufacturing thing and not gotten myself over, because God, would it have been easier. All right? God, would it have been easier. And that is not to smallify Jacob's struggle with the contract manufacturing, putting everything into it. It's tough. All this stuff is tough, so I completely understand, but at the end of the day, toughen up. You know, toughen up. Nobody cares. You're not entitled to anything, you know. Life's short. Be grateful. Oh, another thing, on the TikTok shop where he sells the bars, the reviews are very positive. He sold 522 orders with 31 reviews, averaging 4.9 out of 5 stars, which is great. And I hope those are all genuine. We ordered some, and once again, I'll let you guys know genuinely what I feel about them, and I'll be nice and honest, because I do have respect for this kind of stuff. It's cool. Now he's running a flash sale on his bars. I'm not sure if that's in response to the criticism and people coming in, or if it's just response to the criticism that he's trying to cut the cost. I don't know if he's being opportunistic or if he's listening to some criticism. Don't really know, but business has been drummed up. Feel free to go check out eatjacob.com. And be honest, do not be an asshole and troll someone on my behalf. I do not want that at all. I want this to be a good, positive outcome for everybody involved. Even Jacob with his bars. And frankly, I ordered some partially because I want to see if the criticisms are exaggerated. Maybe former Fat Guy Fitness is an ass. Maybe he is. Doesn't seem like it. Seems like he just knows what he likes and doesn't really give a fuck. But maybe, who knows? By the way, with the flash sale, the bars are supposed to be $5 a bar. I ordered a 9-pack. It's $45 plus $7.25 shipping. The final price ended up being $28.69. So being generous to Jake, let's take off the $7.25 shipping. We're left with $21.44 for the 9 bars, which is about $2.38 for the bar, which is competitive with brands like Quest. So maybe he is listening to criticism, guys. I really don't know, though. I really don't have any idea. Nor do I care. I actually do care. This is cool when stuff like this happens.